working on this cool like stream layout, and like the intro and the outro shit looks really cool. But now I'm gonna have to look into why it's doing that. That's not fair on anybody, but anyway. We're gonna be playing some Bomberman today, because like I just want to chill out, and I figure, you know, if anybody wants to hang out and chat, I know there's only a few of you here today, you know, so if you want to like chat and you want to ask me any questions about game development, ask me any questions about video design, or if you just want to like talk about games or something. Is there a particular thing that you've wanted to ask of me, you know? More than welcome to ask. You have a game development question, Punching Donut. Why do I feel it's a troll? Why do I feel, Punching Donut, that you'd be trolling me, bruh? That's right. This is isn't this like, isn't that the exit? Isn't that the exit? I think that's the exit. Alright, we gotta get those boys. We gotta get those boys. Super Bomberman, baby. Chill casual time. But yeah, I will fix that. I don't know what the fuck that was. I might have to do like a live test tonight or tomorrow just to check. But yeah, I don't know why it did that. Shit! Fucked up on the first level. There he goes. I panicked. I apologize. No, seriously, I do have a legit question. Okay, well, yeah, shoot. You're more than welcome to ask me anything. Again, I'm a pretty open book when it comes to like asking me questions and stuff. Who designed coded the AI in cart? Do you mean like who came up with the like the actual code, or do you mean did we take it from somewhere, or do you mean did we code it from the ground up, and if so, who did it? Was it custom or an asset? So it runs on a path. It's kind of like a path AI. There is like a little bit of like custom design to it. It's not perfect by any means. If that's going to be like because I know some people that have asked me about the AI, it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I'll say that much. I don't think like programming AI isn't exactly the best. I'm not 100% happy with it. Moligato, for the most part, has done his due diligence in making it really well done. Obviously, the AI knows. So in Kart, every character that races in Shady Kart knows its set path. Like, there is an invisible path that runs around the track. There's kind of like a leeway of... so, like, when you see the line in Unity, it'll show you, like, the line that's... I'm trying to explain it in the easiest way for, obviously, people that wouldn't understand. But there's kind of like a track that the characters will run. And then what happens is the AI will follow the track in a custom way, but it's not like... So, like, if there's enough... So, say if, like, a racer has more slide than... Or more speed than the other racer, right? Obviously, it's going to go around the track differently because of the power and the inertia of the racer. So, it's designed differently. Like, every character is designed differently. So it's not going to always go around the same way. Like, every character doesn't go around the track the same way, but they go in the same direction as each other. As for the general AI of it, like, it knows when you fall off to put it back on the track. And shooting, like, unloading weapons and stuff, it obviously knows that, like, we coded in a special thing to say, like, particularly with the AI itself, to know when to dump an item. You know, when it's appropriate to dump an item. Like, if the computer's in last, it will be given an item that's obviously going to help it to get further first. If it's in first, it's giving an item that's going to probably, like, hinder it a little bit, or at least, like, play with its emotions a little bit more. That stuff is always being tweaked. The AI itself, again, I'm not 100% happy with, but I think over the years, the cart's AI's got better. The biggest thing that we get, obviously, that a lot of people say is that there's a lot of rubber banding. And that's true, because a lot of kart games tend to have rubber banding. I know people look at the evilness of rubber banding and they say, oh, it's rubber banding, like they catch back up. But it's kind of like an easier way of using computer AI to, like, it's a gameplay element, I would say. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm cheapening it by saying it like that. But the AI itself knows when you're ahead. So we didn't want the player, like, because that's the thing too, like, we understand that there are some players out there that are really good, but to lap a bunch of people potentially could make the game almost hindered, to the point where I felt, what if people get so good at the game that they just never get any competition anymore? And it's either that or rubber banding. And I felt like the rubber banding was just going to have to be a thing that we always kind of had to tackle. Whether or not we'd go down the route of a different AI, I've never found anything myself. I don't know if Mulligato's our head coder now. When we first started the project, it was a lot smaller than what it is. So I know that was a long answer for your question, but yes, the AI is mainly programmed by Mulligato. There is, like, a level of path design which is custom to Unity. Obviously, the driving mechanics of the game depend on the racer itself and how often they use, like, power sliding and stuff like that. Like, there's obviously, like, bits and pieces that go into kart that are on top of everything else, because a lot of the bigger questions we get are, when the player drives around, does it know what it's doing? And there is a relatively, like, there is sort of a no that it knows that there are people close. The battle mode's a bit more showing in that regard, because it knows that like, we've had trouble with the game understanding where enemies are, because obviously now you're getting into a stage where cars are driving around in a free roam and there's 8 of them and they all have to kill each other. Yeah, it's kind of like Twisted Metal, I guess, but because it's got kart physics, there's a whole different kettle of fish that comes with that. And it's not exactly something that, I think, because we're still so early in the battle mode phase, that I haven't really thought that far ahead. Not many people gave us feedback on the battle mode either, which I was quite surprised. I was expecting way more people to kind of say their piece on battle mode, but it seemed to me like people were okay with the way it functioned. I don't think that there was any particular piece that they didn't like about the AI. I do thank you for that question though, Punching Donut, because It is a question I get every now and again, but it's usually like, and I know I seem like I fumbled that when I asked the question because there is something inherently hard to answer about AI. The short answer is yes, Moligato codes it. You're interested in AI development, particularly in Unity. What is it that you like? Is it particularly the AI that you want to use in your game, or is it just AI in general? I think the hardest part is like, obviously, then you start getting into like, you know, like, is the character learning? Like, obviously with a kart game, the character doesn't learn anything. But, you know, I'm trying to... Sorry, I'm just concentrating while I get that guy. I'm obviously trying to, like, make it so, like, the races are not necessarily, like, in a, you know... Because the biggest thing with, like, racing, obviously, is the ability of being able to get ahead of a character and whether or not their skills pertain to the character themselves. Because the biggest thing, too, is, like... I think when we first designed Kart, the biggest thing we had was there was only 3 stats initially. The 3 stats were, I think it was turning, speed, and power slide. Boost was a later addition, and the reason why Boost was a later addition was because we ran out of numbers really quick. Like, the numbers to create something was so quick. Like, we'd already filled up the slots. Like, we were like, shit, we don't have any other, like, combinations we can do. We need a 4th combination to give characters. And it did help a lot because, you know, we obviously, during the process, we were able to, you know, I mean, there are some characters that obviously have the same stats. You know, eventually that wheel is going to turn around. Like, the biggest thing, too, is we've got a chart where a lot of the races have, like, here's all the races that are really good with turning. Here's all the races that are really good with speed. And, you know, then usually when we're designing a character, we try to pick one that is not been done before. So we try to go, okay, like, what is the character that is lacking the least? And then we go from there. Making each racer feel a little different in their own way is no small feat. Well, it is a little bit easier now because now it's as simple as just altering a number. So the idea is that they have like there's like a variable. So you say like the leeway of turning in a racer. So like, for example, there's like 6 points, right? So you would have the minimum you can have is 1, right? But the distribution of points is always the same. So there's never a racer that like, I'm trying to remember the exact number, but every racer, if you add up their totals, always equals the same number every single time. We try to make sure that, and that was the reason why when we first started making Shady Loot Cart, there was this thing called I guess you would call it now, you would call it the Jenna sweep, because when we first released Shady Loot Cart, Jenna was the only character that had a higher stat than everyone else. She ended up becoming the OP racer that everyone used. And she also became the most memed on because she only had like limited voice lines, so she could only say speed. And the character was, because she had an extra, I think, 2 points, she completely destroyed every single character. And it didn't matter who you picked. Like, it didn't matter who was playing Kart, they were always playing as Jenna. because Jenna would flog the competition in comparison. And it wasn't even about, like, is the game hard? It was just like, oh, the game's easier now because we know that there's one character that's OP. And then we knew straight away that we were like, okay, that problem needs to be fixed. So we left it in for a while, and we kind of thought about it, like, what was the, like, solution to kind of fix the situation. And part of it was, okay, we need to add a new stat. The other part was, okay, we need to approach it like everyone needs to have a set amount of points. We can't go over and we can't go under. But it just means that every time we adjust it, we take certain points off and we add certain points on. I try to make it, so I will say this, and it does reflect it sometimes in the character design. We try to make it that the stats reflect the character. So Jenna's is still speed, like, because her character is all about going fast. So I try to make sure that her stats maintain speed. You know, there are certain characters, like Bolty, for instance, was not intentional to be slow, but I actually really like playing as Bolty. And the reason why I like playing as Bolty is because I actually find playing her a challenge in comparison to a lot of the characters that we have. The reason being is because she's so slow. The only way to get to the standard speed with Bolty is to power slide all the way around the track. And it actually taught a lot of people, in my opinion, it taught a lot of people to power slide more. Because the biggest thing about kart that I wanted to take away from it was that I didn't want to just copy one power slide technique. I wanted to copy multiple games. And in order for us to do that, I had to kind of go, okay, I want to look at Crash Team Racing's power slide technique, but I also want to look at Mario Kart's power slide technique. And I wanted to kind of look at, you know, Moto2 Grand Prix, and I kind of looked at a bit of all my favorite games growing up. And I kind of took bits and pieces from each one. So that's why a lot of the time people say, oh, this game feels like this. It's because usually there is an element in which I've taken from a game that I've grown up with. But yeah. Oh, look at him go. Oh, boss time. Just gonna pause it for a second to have a drink. Numeric balance, keep things under control. Yeah, pretty much. I think the biggest thing of learning with kart is, like, obviously the track design is... Oh, man. I could write a book on it, honestly. I could write a book on what I've learned. I still love kart. There are days that I don't like kart. There are days that I don't. And that's because, like, it's very hard to, A, please everybody, but also it's a very, like, meticulous project because it grows all the time. And there are some days where, like, you feel like, oh, it might... You're like, am I ever going to get out of the same hole that I'm in creatively? I think that's like that with all projects, though. I know for a fact that, obviously... you know, everybody kind of gets that sort of fatigue when working on a project for that long. I don't think, I think kart's the same. Is like, you know, and that's why I went and I worked on Marble Maid to kind of clear my head a little bit and to sort of take a look at everything else. But that's why, like, I want in the next year to wrap up kart, because I think kart is at a stage now where we're sort of exiting. I say exiting, I think it's a bad term. I say we're over the halfway point in terms of development. Because I think that a lot of kart is pretty much written. You know? any more I'm adding to it is just prolonging its life. Like, I've got ideas spanning over 10 pages for the game that probably will never ever go in, and probably for a good reason too, because there's just not enough room. I would otherwise be making the game for the next 10 years. Don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed every moment working on Kart in terms of like the design and that, and there are processes where it does feel long and drawn out, but overall, I'm kind of glad that we're getting to that stage now. I don't hate Kart by any means. I think there are some people that do get that impression sometimes. It's not that. I get more frustrated that a lot more people complain when I put a build out. And I think that's standard, obviously. I find that we work months on end, and then like the biggest thing that I get as a game dev is a lot of people just complain. And that's the bit that hurts me a lot. And don't get me wrong, I understand why people do and say what they want to say. I guess like criticism is way louder than compliments sometimes, but it's really difficult when you've worked for 3 months on something like this huge build, right? Like you imagine this huge build, like this huge update, and then just a bunch of people are like, oh, well, it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. And then you're like, well, who am I doing it for? And I guess, like, that prolonged life of that. Game design is a cruel beast. I think, like, anything artistic, anything that you do creatively. I don't know if I want to say artistically, but creatively. Because there's always that struggle that, you know, will I... who are you trying to please? Like, you know, I always find that the critics are just as loud as the compliments for Kart. Sometimes maybe louder, because, and I think this is the biggest crux of Kart, is that because there are so many different people playing Kart from so many different IPs and character holders, there are so many different types of critics. So, like, imagine, like, this is just an example, right? But imagine, like, all the people that play games that are Shady Lewd Kart related, right? That love those type of games. And then you put a character like Future Fragments in, right? So you put Talia in. And everyone's like, fuck yeah. But now all the people that play Talia are playing your kart game. And a lot of those people might not like playing kart games. So now it's like, yeah, my favorite lewd character's in this game, but is this game any good? And then that's the hardest part. You'll put a character in, and then you might attract the crowd that you're not sure. And I'm not saying that with Future Fragments. I've had nothing but love. Has it happened before? Yeah. Yeah, of course. Because there's a lot of people that will come over and be like, a kart game? That's fucking weird. And then sometimes the critique is usually a lot harder because you know, that's not the kind of game they play, you know. So casting a wider net of audience, yeah, seems cool in practice, but holy shit, has it made it so hard as a content creator for kart. It is made it very taxing. It was funny too because, like, I think and that happens with everything, right? So there was a review that I watched recently, and I don't normally go and watch reviews way after the fact, but I saw it come up in my related for some bizarre reason. But it was a review that somebody did of Marblemade on the Switch. And his review was that he just hated it. Like, he absolutely hated the game. Like, there wasn't anything that he really took away from it. He just said it was a shitty game. And I tried to... So, what I tried to do in my positive mental wisdom was to be like, alright, I'm going to watch this video and I'm going to see if there was any, like, critique I could take away from what he said. You know, because my mental ability with this situation is, okay, like, maybe he's gonna help me to make the game a little bit better. But a lot of how he played, and it was really interesting because watching this guy play Marble Maid, he didn't really, like, his games were not marble games. He did not like marble games. I think he played one marble game prior to that from memory, but he wasn't really that good at marble games. And his complaint was, he was just, I just don't get why there's porn in it. And then, like, I tried to justify the comment, I guess. Because part of you is, like, a critic is you want to, you know... Well, part of you as a creative is like, well, why didn't that person like it? But then also you can't be obsessed of why certain people don't like your work. And I realized, I was like, the game's not for him. Like, that's the whole idea, is it's not for him. But this is where I come back to that whole thing of your critics are sometimes louder than your compliments. And in that regard, it felt like that. Because I was like, holy shit. Sounds like they complain for the sake of complaining instead of actual review. Well, yeah. Yeah, I would say that. And again, I don't want to sound salty. Because I genuinely don't feel salty. I heard about the review a long time ago when somebody had told me that the review had come out. And the reason why I didn't watch it was because a lot of people were hamming and joking on the guy. Because he didn't know how to play the game. And I thought, well, whatever, like, I'm not gonna, like, go, like, whatever. If I get more than 5 people say something that's a problem with the game, okay, then I'm gonna have a look. You know, like, I'll check if it's really broken. I'm not really gonna check, like, do you know what I mean? Like, because okay, so, like, here's a really good example. And I would say it's, like, one of the biggest things that I hate at the moment. That I still hate. And I probably shouldn't hold this close, but it's something I hate. A lot of people are really critical on the camera and cart. We did a poll to fix the camera. We fixed the camera, and then people didn't like it. So we ended up adding a thing where you could change the camera multiple ways. And there were a group of people that specifically didn't like the camera. And I said, in the end, my criticism was, well, we can't please everybody. And they didn't like that. And there was a few people that genuinely didn't like my response. But I can't keep changing the game every time 3 or 4 people say something. I can only really change it if it starts to really, like, affect the point where I'm like, okay, this is not working. For the majority part, I don't get any complaints about the camera. And that's what I found really, like, bizarre. Because, like, there was this huge confusion in my head of, like, am I wrong? Like, I feel wrong? You know? And you do. Like, you think maybe, like, I am wrong and I've got to change it. And, yeah, it is. It's hard. Ah, oh, fuck. I didn't even think of that when I did it. Yeah. So I think that's something I do hold, and the reason why I hold on to it the most is because a lot of people don't want to let that go. And when I say a lot of people, it's literally 3 or 4. If it was actually like a majority of like 10 to 20 people, then yeah, I'd probably fix it. But I don't think there's any problem with it. At all. I don't see any problem with it. Yeah. And again, sorry, like, sorry that my ramble of game design went into critiquing of what should be changed, but yeah. It has been like one of those like internal thought processes where I've been thinking about what makes design the best. So get him. There we go. got him. There he goes. There's the boy. 2-5. Oh, yes, the little coins. I hate these dudes because they're, like, brutal. They're so fast, man. I hate them. Oh, I hate them. Doing your thought process on these things. My thought... Oh, shit. My thought process is to not let it get to me. You are your worst critic. That's another thing too. I am also open to other questions if anybody's got any questions. You guys can ask a million questions, I don't mind. Also, I hope you don't mind that I'm playing Bomberman tonight. I know it's not exactly crazy gameplay, but Bomberman's pretty chill. Like, I like it. I like Bomberman's simplicity. It's amazing how... It's funny because I also have like a love-or-hate for this game. I love Bomberman. But then sometimes I think it's too simple. Sometimes I hate Bomberman. Like, sometimes... I don't know what it is. I have this like really weird like hate for Bomberman sometimes. You know what it is? I think I know what it is. It's whenever the board is clear and you're shooting bombs down an alleyway trying to hit your friends. That's when Bomberman's no longer fun. Bomberman's exciting when there's blocks everywhere. When it's just a grid, I'm always like genuinely frustrated. Any new games you're excited about? Let's see. I did pick up a cheap copy of Death Stranding today. I got it for $15, so I'm pretty keen to try that. I'm currently playing off-stream Lego 2K Drive, which is new, which I was excited about, so I'm enjoying that. I'm not really, like, as a Crash Bandicoot fan, I should be excited about this Crash Team Rumble, but I'm really not. And I'm really trying to get excited too, but it's not working. And I thought maybe if I pre-order it, and I haven't pre-ordered it either, because I just really can't be bothered pre-ordering it. I don't know, like, I want to be excited. Super Bomberman 2, Bomberman R2 is coming, which I'm keen to see what they do with it. I wouldn't say overly excited for it, I'd say like fairly. Let's see, the Monkey Island DLC for Sea of Thieves, though I've never played Sea of Thieves. I mean, that looks pretty cool. There was something else I wanted to pre-order that came out this month. Favorite Bomberman 64. Are you just talking about Bomberman 64 or Bomberman Hero? Those ones I will be playing as well. I'm trying to think of what the other game was. There was another game I wanted to pre-order that it came out this month. I'm trying to think. There was 2 games that were going to come out this month. One was Crash Team Rumble, and I wasn't excited for it. And there was another game, and I thought, yeah, that seems cool. And I thought about it, and then I've not thought about it again. Fuck, what is it? I got Lego 2K Drive, and that's been fun. It's just Lego. It's a Lego game with driving. Like, I cannot be more happier with Lego 2K Drive. That game is awesome. I've been playing it off stream because I feel like I just needed a game to play off stream. Yeah, 64. I've only played bits and pieces, though I do own it, so I will be planning to play it. It looks more like a party game than a traditional Crash game. I'm hoping here's what I'm hoping for Crash Team Rumble. I'm hoping they do something like Crash Bash where they don't have mini games, but they have a warp room and a storyline and a single player mode like Splatoon would. Because I think the biggest thing that's going to kill it for me is they're going to push online so hard with Crash Team Rumble. And I'm not excited to do that. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm not an online guy. I'll play games with people online. Like, I'll play games. Am I opposed to it? Not really. Like, no, nothing wrong with party games at all. Nothing wrong with party games at all. I would say the only... It's hard because, like, I really, like, as a Crash Bandicoot fan, like, and I'm a huge Crash Bandicoot fan, I want to be really excited for it. It's been the first time ever that I've never been excited for a Crash Bandicoot game. And part of me was like, am I old? Like, I was like, no, it's the kids that are wrong. But no, I think it has something to do with the fact that it's online. Oh, shit. I just want more old school Crash. Come on, hit him, hit him. Fuck. Like the one that came out right before. You mean Crash 4? Well, after Twin Sanity games, it's good to be cautious, yeah. It is, yeah. I will say, like, I agree, like, I'm an old school Crash guy. Okay, so my takeaway, like, and again, I feel old for even saying it, but my takeaway is that I worry that Crash Bandicoot's going down a really weird path that nobody wants to discuss. And the discussion is that I think it's going to get to this pay online shit. And I don't want it to get to that stage. But I think that's the direction Crash Bandicoot's going to go in for the next few years. And I know, like, nobody really wants to talk about that sort of shit because that's the kind of stuff that, like, that's where games go to die. Like, we have not seen a new Spyro besides Spyro. Like, and don't get me wrong, like, I like Skylanders in its form, but it killed Spyro in a very special way. And there's a part of me that's thinking that we will never see... Like, if there is a Spyro coming, like... Yes, technically 4 if you don't count the Wrath of Cortex. Well, 4's meant to retcon the whole thing. That's what 4's meant to retcon everything. Story-wise. That's what it's meant to be doing. Didn't like statues of Spyro in it. No, because what Skylanders was doing was they were trying to sell it. So they knew straight away that the only way to sell Skylanders was we need to put a character in it that people are going to buy. And they knew for a fact that Spyro was going to be the one. They knew that Spyro was going to be... Why am I having trouble on this level? They knew that that's the, you know, I might get to meet the voice actor. Oh, really? That's cool. Yeah, my opinion on the whole thing is I think that they're gonna Crash Team Racing. I think didn't get it. Like a lot of people say that it got enough years. I don't think it got enough years. I felt like that game could have gone on for a lot longer. Somehow, fucking Mario Kart got resurrected out of the blue. With its DLC. Why can't Crash Team Racing? That always blew me away on how bizarre that was, because I don't understand why. I guess it's money. It's Activision and it's money, you know. They're trying to work out what sells. But yeah, I feel that this whole thing is a testing of like what is Splatoon and how do we capitalize on what Splatoon is. Crash Team Rumble is, I think, the Splatoon. It's their attempt at trying to kill Splatoon or to convert people, because now they have a character. Because I think in form, Crash Team Rumble was not... I know they've been planning it for a while. Obviously, it was on the cards for a long time. Oh, yeah, Clancy Brown. Is it Clancy Brown or was that the original? This guy. Fuck. Uh-oh. It's not good. Okay, got him. 4. Yeah, I don't know. Crash Team Rumble just feels like that. I will buy it eventually because I'm a Crash Bandicoot guy. Like, unfortunately, that's how I'm gonna do things. I'm just gonna buy it, but I'm just not excited to get it day one. I also hate season pass stuff. Oh, Lex Lang. Yeah, Lex Lang's pretty good. I'm not a keen on season pass. I also saw like Lego 2K Drive, the moment I booted that up, had season pass in it. And I was like, how am I gonna play this game for long? Probably not. Like, I'm gonna play the story mode and maybe verse my friends in it a few times, but I cannot see myself playing this game online that much. It's just not for me. Maybe there's people out there that will, though. Oh shit, they put Yandere Dev in this. That's crazy. They actually modeled his face too. Holy shit. That's crazy. Okay. He's tough. He's a tough cookie. Got him. Well, 2 done. World 3, boys. Silphco. 3-1. Yo! Some Nick Fury bad guys? What are those? I've always loved the bad guys in Bomberman. They do get quite unique after a while. Like, the designs are quite, like, see the burrowing ones? Like, they actually do mix up the designs of Bomberman characters quite well. There's enough to kind of keep you guessing as to how they're going to operate. Alright, I need some power-ups, so... Let's do some searching. Nice, 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 nice. Anyway, what are you peeps up to for the rest? Besides obviously hanging out, watching me play Bomberman and talk about my shitty game design stuff, is there anything that you're particularly... Also, to anybody that's going to watch the VOD, I'll make sure to edit out the crusty sound effect that happened. Because I will fix that. I just got to work out why it did that. Oh, it went through the plant? So that shit goes through the plant. Okay. I didn't realize that's what red bombs do. My bad. Is it in here? I always thought, I want to know how they code the ending. Is the ending hidden or is it random under a box? I've always thought that it might be random. And that the computer doesn't know and it flips a coin. And then goes, is the ending under this block? Yes or no? Or is it always hidden? Like, does the game automatically pick it the moment the level starts? Like, I know it's always random every time you play. But that's what interests me, is like the coding property of... Does it pick it now or does it pick it at the end? Like when you are blasting? Oh no. I just got my ass eaten. This is not an easy level. Got him. Got him. Yes. Hell yeah. 3-3, baby. Shit. 5442. Bomberman for Game Boy Advance. Isn't there a few Bomberman for Game Boy Advance? Yeah, it's Bomberman Tournament. I'm not really sure, yeah. I just saw, it's funny how, isn't it like Dino Blaster just got sold? Which is meant to be like, wasn't it like the European ripoff of Bomberman or something? And that shit just got sold or something because of the ColecoVision fallout? That to me is so funny. I think I just got a legacy block. Yes, I did. Ah, shit. I fucked it already. It's alright. I do have Bomberman Tournament, yeah. I think the only one I don't have that I really want to get a hold of is Bomberman Jetters for the GameCube. I've got Bomberman Generations. I think it's Jetters. Bomberman Jetters. I got Bomberman Generations. There you go, there. Here's Blob. I love it when you've always got like one left and you've got to dig to him. Got him. Gib. Oh yeah, 3-4. This is where Silphco really opens up. Fuck. There we go. At anime convention, I got some cell shades from Bomberman anime, which I don't know if the show... There is a Bomberman anime, yeah. There's a couple of episodes of a Bomberman anime. If you've got cells, that's sick. That's cool. I love Bomberman. But it's because Bomberman's so cute. I actually got to play... you might have seen the review I did. I played the female Bomberman arcade game. I fucking love that arcade machine so much. I'm hoping when I go back to Japan it's still there, but I don't know if it will be. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really want that shit to be ported to console. Like, I would lose my fucking mind if that game was ported to console. It was so good. Like, having torn clothes as the crux was perfect. It was the epitome of, like, this is peak sexiness. It was really good too. Like, it was really fast paced. It still captured what was cute about Bomberman as well. Like, there still had like a cuteness. It didn't feel like you were shitting on the Bomberman IP with sexiness either. Like, it wasn't too tacky. Like, it was that right level of Japanese culture that kind of, I don't know, I guess like it just felt Bomberman. Like, it was enough to be Bomberman. I only got to play it for about 45 minutes as well, which is really sad. It was tastefully lewd. Yeah, it was tastefully lewd. It's sad, though, because I know for a fact in my mind it won't ever get ported. I think maybe, like, MAME. We might see a MAME of it, maybe. I don't know if they do. Do they do memes of current arcade machines? Like Ken Coley Arcade and shit? Like, do they do current... Is that a doable thing, or am I... I have to look that up. I wonder if they do. Because yeah, one of the things I really liked was... It sucks because there's a lot of games that get lost in translation, especially like card games in Japan. I thought there was a lot of like card games that really deserved to not be locked away. It's crazy because I guess like I also think like those developers, like they put their hard work out there and they'll probably never get seen again. But at that same gesture, I also look at it as, well, they probably made their money back on card residual, so... So, I mean, I don't know. There we go. Beautiful. There he goes. There goes the boy. 3-5. Was it called Bomber Girl? Yeah, it was called Bomber Girl. I remember, like, some people, like, because there wasn't really much... I think it came out during COVID as well. Like, there were a lot of magazines about it, and when I saw it in Japan, I freaked out because I wasn't intentionally looking for it at the time. But I was like, holy shit, this is like, to me, as a... It's funny because, and this is what I was saying the other night in Discord, was that a lot of people were saying that there's not really any YouTubers that do what I do in the level that they do it. Like, there are, like, YouTubers that will talk about lewd things, but not in the... I guess the quality level. I wouldn't say the quality of my shit's any better than anyone else's, but a lot of people were saying that I do, like, high-edited reviews. And... I think, like, I got genuinely excited seeing this machine. I don't think anybody else I would have known would have gotten that excited to play it. But I did. I was so excited to play it. And I was so excited to make a video on it. Not for the reasons that probably, like, a Bomberman YouTuber would have been. But I was excited because I was like, this is fucking... This is a lewd game on an arcade machine, and I wanted to make a video about it. And yeah, I'd read about it in magazines and shit. So I was pretty excited to finally play something that I'd heard a lot about. I'm excited to see, like, you're saying it's on Japanese Windows. Actually, you know what? Actually, I remember when I was there, it did run on a computer system. Because if you look in my video, it was running with... I think it was like a Windows 7 computer that was built into the side. Because the game was made in Unity, as far as I could tell. And it had a... I think what they did was they used like a... I guess what you would call like a meme, I guess, to play it. Because it borderline looked like a prototype. Like, the machine itself looked proper. But part of it looked prototypey. 2021. Yeah. Okay, I wonder if you can get it somewhere. Is it released on disc, or is it like... It's probably digital, isn't it? It's probably a digital thing. I'd stream the shit out of that. Microsoft Windows JP. I'd have to... Because, yeah, I remember it running on, like, a Japanese computer. Like, if you look at the video that I shot... Because I shot, like, 2 or 3 videos. One of it on a phone and one of it, like, on a legit machine. Like, on a camera. If you look at the footage, what's really interesting is one of the computers that's running on the side of... There's a computer built into the arcade machine on the side. And it looked almost like it was a prototype. There he goes. Three, 7. A tongue action. It's fucked, boys. A double combo, baby. Nice. It's also hard to like maintain your score. Like obviously you've got to make sure you don't die on Bomberman. And it is kind of hard because there is a lot going on. And visually that's the trick of Bomberman, I guess. It's all about the visual. My favorite was, God, it was a lewd game that did Bomberman. It was, I don't think I ever reviewed it, but it was a Bomberman clone. The dev went on to make something else, but it was about a garden. The chick looked like the chick from, was it Resident Evil? Silent Hill? She had like a blue top, tank top. It's like Panic Garden or Panic Garden something. But the gameplay is Bomberman. Like, it's Bomberman, but she fucks the plants and shit. It was really well done. Like, obviously the art wasn't perfect, but like I don't know, it was just the concept. The concept was like, I was like, oh cool, lewd Bomberman. Like, that's it. Pixie Panic Garden, that's it. Yeah, I really like that game. That game, I like, if I had a chance to like republish that game, I'd love to publish Pixie Planet Garden. That game would be a cool game to like give like a HD coat of paint to. There we go. Mine's been the Flash days. Yeah. Yeah, it reminded me of the Flash days. But there's something like... There's something inherently like... is the word wholesome? There's something inherently cute I like about that game. Because it reminds me of like the early days of lewd games. When there was not really a standard that was set forth by any one given govern of game. Like, don't get me wrong, like, our Shady Corner games, like, all have, like, a quality standard, but there are games that are, like, I've said this before, like, we have games that do different quality more so than others. Because not every game is going to be graphically on par with each other. I think Pixie Panic Garden is another one of those games where I would actually be happy to add that to the library, purely because I like Bomberman. Like, this is why, like, I don't... Like, I shouldn't be a publisher sometimes. Sometimes I just shouldn't be allowed to publish games because my opinion is very bad sometimes. Plus, I just genuinely like helping people, so. It has that simple indie feel. Yeah, it's the indie feel. It's that early mid-2000s look that I really like to it. That reminds me of why I got into doing that game stuff in the first place. It reminds me of a simpler time in lewd game design. You know, there was that time where like we didn't have to think about Patreon, and we didn't have to think about itch.io, and it was like you got it on a Japanese website. Little handcrafted. Yeah. Yeah, there's something about that. And I think that would be a lost on a lot of people, I think, nowadays. But to me, like, in a very weird way, I guess I'm kind of nostalgic for it. I guess I have a nostalgia for the game in a weird way. Which is bizarre, because it's a lewd game. Like... Yeah. I guess, and that's where it comes back to what I was saying before about how there were a bunch of people the other day. I say the other day, but yesterday when they were talking about how they reckon the content that I do is very different in comparison to a lot of other YouTubers because I focus on very different things. And I guess it's true. Stuff was all free. There was lower expectation. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I play 99 levels of Pixie Panic Garden. Like, if there was 99 levels worth of, like, lewd unlockables. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would play that. Yeah, there's just something cute about it. I think it was Blue Sphere that made that game. I think it's Blue Sphere. I don't know what he's doing now. I know he was working on some other game. I don't know if he, like, disappeared. He wasn't the same guy that was making that Lewd Labyrinth game. That was another one I really liked, was Lewd Labyrinth. Which, I know that guy... No, that guy's a different guy. He's gone on to make something else. I know he's working on a 3D game. Keeping up with everyone's really difficult. There's so many new people in the industry now that the lewd sphere has expanded out to Mexico, which is crazy to me. Like, it started as it went from America and Germany, and now I've met more people in Mexico over the past year and a half in the lewd sphere than I've ever met. It used to only ever be Americans, Canadians, or Germans that were making lewd games. And one Australian named Shades. Like, that's it. Good combo. Good combo. Fuck. I hate those coins, man. The coins can get fucked. There we go. Dude, the whistle goes hard on this level, man. You know. Holy shit. Dude, put Bomberman... No, you wouldn't be able to because it's Capcom. I was just thinking just then. Like, I was like, put Bomberman in fucking Yakuza. They wouldn't be able to do it. You just wouldn't be able to. Get him. Fuck. There he goes. There's the boy. 4-4, baby! Oh, these helicopter dudes move way too fast. Pixie Panic Garden is on Steam. Is it really? Well, fucking strike me down. Maybe you can see this. Your boy Shades needs to hang it up. Where have you been anyway, Boo? I know there's a few of you in chat, but I know Boo's been off the grid for a while. If you peeps don't know who Boo is like OG Shady Corner, like Shady Corner fan. He's been there since the dawn. Well, pretty close to the dawn. Nice, nice, nice. Wasn't plan B needed. It's funny because you, out of anybody I really knew, were like, people would talk about you. Like when you disappeared initially, I had people going, "Oh, Boo mentioned you," or someone would be like, "Have you heard of Boo?" And I was like, "Yeah, I've heard of Boo." Or somebody would say that they'd seen you, you know. Which was interesting to me because, like, normally don't get that with people. Like, God, this one's hard, man. There we go. You're a popular dude, my dude. Got him. Inya. Inya. It's heartwarming, seriously. And that isn't me trying to, like, you know me, I'm pretty straight shooter. Specifically, I remember one dev telling me, shit. I remember one dev specifically telling me, it was 5114. He was like, Boo had mentioned you, which I was surprised that you would mention me because I was like, I didn't think I was worth the time. I still don't think I am because that's just like my general mentality of myself. But was you know, just interesting to hear that. And then I had a fan said that they'd seen you. Trying to think. Yeah, no, and people had said they'd seen you. Dev said that someone said that they worked with you at some point on something, like you were working with them on a, like, either helping them doing QA testing or something on a game, and they spoke very highly of you. And it made me really happy. Like, I understood that you needed to take the break. And don't remember, I think I missed you more than anything because, like, you were a big part of the community. Like, especially the community that is Shady Corner. Like, to me, like, you know. But I was also really happy to see that you were flourishing and, like, people were, like, talking about you so highly. So it was really nice to see that, like, you know, your kindness had kind of reflected back a lot into other people's work, I guess. If that makes sense. Sorry if I'm not making any sense. Yeah. But yeah. No, and that's me being serious too, so. Man. This is not an easy level. There's a lot of chipping. Out of all the levels, this is it's a bit of a slog, this one. Yeah, so too thin for the most part, trying to help everyone with everything, but then life hit unexpectedly hard and something had to give. That I can understand, man. Like, life, like, is like when my dad got sick, that was the kind of thing where I was like, that kind of thing woke me up really quick. I was like, I can't be everywhere at once. I can't help everybody at once. And that was a big thing for me. I admired the fact that you were helping so many people, though. Because a lot of, again, like I said, like, there wasn't that many people that I would openly say had spoken that highly about somebody like you. And it just, I think if anything, it just made me happy to see that, like, you were doing well. Because, like, you know, it was just nice that you were doing well. Usually, like, when people drop off the face, you worry, like, you're like, I wonder what they're doing, like, but it was nice to, like, hear that you were doing things and people were talking about you, because I was like, this dude's a cool dude, like. Oh, give me that bomb. Give me that bomb, baby! There he goes, the boy. Into the void. 4-5, baby. And Bomberman. Truly a Bomberman for the ages. I hate those helicopters, man. Those helicopters are going to be the bane. I hate them. They're so fast. Fuck. I walked into that. I walked... Okay. I was completely cut off, but decided to keep Twitter open at least. Okay, on to internet flow. Yeah. No, it's good. You know what's crazy? Like, I almost felt like when you disappeared for a brief period, what really kind of blew my mind a bit was like, I almost felt like you went like, oh, also for the Switch. Dude, so many loot artists came to be. But you know what? It felt like you almost went in a time capsule. You're like the Austin Powers, and like you woke up like in the future sometime. Because I felt like so much of the loot sphere's changed since I last spoke to you properly. So much has changed. It's way more mainstream than it was before. It's still not as mainstream as it should be. There's more games out there than I can review in one sitting. You know, everybody's making a game. Everybody's making a game now. Unity made it possible for anybody to make a game. Even artists are making games. Yeah, there's so much going on in the loot sphere. I actually think it's crazy sometimes to think about. I almost get overwhelmed sometimes thinking about it because I think about it's grown so big and it's almost to the point where like I can't keep up with it anymore. It's why I did a thing about a year ago where I just said I had to stop reviewing everything because it's just impossible for me to do it. I am one man and there is not enough there's not enough cum in these balls to keep up with the fucking lewd sphere. There's not enough lewd websites either to do it. I've noticed the lewd video game websites and the reviewers out there, and like even they can't keep up with the swarm. It's too many. It's a good and it's a bad thing. I think it's the same as like the equivalent of saying something like there's too many VTubers. Yeah, there is. Is there an oversaturation? Yes. Oh, man. I hate the coins. Got him. Dude, this one's a good remix beat. Holy shit. Dude, this one slaps. It's a good slap. What was that? Like, Marble Made, props on that one, man. Thank you so much. Again, I know my games are a little bit more unique. I was actually having a bit of an existential crisis not long ago, actually, about how I feel like the lewd games I do are more focused on gameplay than they are lewds. And that is technically true, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make games that are fun to play as well as lewd. Whereas I know that there are the other side of the coin, which are people that want to make lewd games based on, you know, just fucking and shit gameplay. I'm trying to find that balance. Like, I think Marble Made is a good example. That's what makes it unique. Thanks, man. It was tough, man, because it was hard for me, because I think if I went back and I wanted to do more, I would probably, like, I want to add some animated sex scenes in there. And I've been kind of thinking about, like, how I would do them, but it's hard. Because I always found that, like, slowing down gameplay with just sex is, like, I think you should definitely be rewarded. Your focus on the gameplay is good. Too many games are just sex with some game. Yeah, and that's what I worry about. I feel where... Hentai Rider said it the best recently. Is he's saying that there's a big movement going on where it seems to be that every dev is now attempting to make gameplay a forefront now. Even games like Scarlet Maiden that came out recently, I was very impressed with that game. Because that game is sex, right? But you get sex for winning, not for losing. And that blew my mind. Like, I was like, what a fucking coin flip. I was very impressed. I was just very impressed to see, like, the change. Scarlet Maiden. It's kind of like a lewd binding of Isaac. Guy. Game is awesome and sexy. Yeah, it is a sexy redheaded girl. See, the thing about that game is you get to upgrade, you have to fuck. And to get items, you've got to fuck. But you play the game. Like, and that's fucking brilliant to me. Oh, Hentai Rider would, like, he's honestly such a great dude. He's honestly the reason why I'm here. That game is such a fuck... It's like turning 90% of those games upside down and fixing them. And again, don't get me wrong. If I'm horny enough, I'll play any game with punishment-based mechanic. But there is a lot of, like, I'm not going to pay $50 for a game that's going to punish me. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then never play it again. I just get bored so easily. I kind of want to, like... Dude, I want a sexy game that I can come back to and eventually finish. The idea of gaming itself. It does, yeah. And I get... There are some people that love lose-to-win mechanic. Don't get me wrong. Some people, they do. And you know what? There are some games where it actually does work. There are some games where it works. Very specifically. Oh, I see. You have to push him into the electrical. So this boss isn't going to die until I push him in the electrical. Okay, so I think I got his pattern now. 7133. Let me just take a sip of my drink first. Oh, I've got to do 47 again? Oh, okay. I guess this is me charging up for 7. 7, 8. That's a hard boss. What a, like, deflection of, like, new mechanic 4 worlds in. Shit, okay. Okay. That one. That one. And that one. Okay. Come on, it's gotta be in that one. Oh, no! Did I watch any of the summer gaming? I'll be honest with you, like, not really. I saw the Sea of Thieves thing, and I saw a few other things, but I'll be honest with you, like, I'm so tacked with summer gaming a little bit. I really hate Jeff Keighley. I hate how he always looks sleepy. I don't know what it is. I just hate his look. Such a bad thing to say as a human. He annoys me. Like, he annoys me. Like, yeah. I get it. He's excited about gaming. I get it. I'm trying not to be too negative on the guy because, you know, that's his shtick. His shtick is he loves games. Like, you know. I used to be really excited to watch shit like E3, you know. Back in the day. I think this summer gaming thing kind of like has changed a lot for me because there's not so much like, I don't know. I'm not as excited anymore. Like, Nintendo Direct kind of does it for me sometimes, and then even like, I don't know. It's hard to say because I do think there are games that I would genuinely be excited for. There are some that I do. There have to be certain games that like really pull me in. Give me a new Spyro game and I'll be happy. Give me a new Crash game. Enough lewds, yeah. I wasn't really excited about the new Bayonetta, that prequel one. And I know we haven't got Bayonetta 3 yet. I'm not really a Resident Evil guy. They're still making... Yeah, I know. They're splitting that game up like crazy. Is it just going to be 50 chapters of Final Fantasy 7? Because isn't part 2 they've left Midgar now? Because it's meant to be a reimagining, isn't it? That's the whole idea of Final Fantasy, right? Like, the Final Fantasy 7 PS4, it's a reimagining, right? They've left Midgar now. Isn't Midgar just the first disc anyway? No, it's not, is it? It's... I'm trying to remember, like, when they leave Midgar. when they go to world map. Is world map disc 1 end? I'm trying to remember when number 1. I'm gonna have to look it up. Although there was some lewdness in Yakuza. Oh, very much so. I mean, it's why I like Yakuza so much, because there is an element of lewdness within Yakuza as well. I think that's why I like Yakuza so much, because Yakuza has an element in which it knows how to maintain its lewdness while still giving you a maximum amount of gameplay. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's never ever really a given scenario where you feel like, you know, I never really feel like when I'm playing Yakuza that I'm really bored. Hey Shades, Final Fantasy VII Disc 1 actually ends after Aerith's death. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, but doesn't the new one... Doesn't the new one only end straight after Midgar though? Doesn't it? Yeah. So how long is that going to take, though? Like, is it going to take a long time to, like, get to the end? Are they retconning it, though? They're retconning it, though. They're retconning some shit, right? Okay. Oh, it's going to take so long. I feel like they'll take the whole like they'll take all of the Golden Saucer out. For sure. Maybe even Zack being alive. Oh, really? Fuck. So you've been looking in that Bomberman girl thing. Yeah, and? And it's only pay-per play. So you can get it somewhere then? Oh no! Oh, lost just as I got to the 6th color. 4 twos. DM it on Discord. Oh, cheers, man. Oh no. Oh, you got me. Feels good to be back. I do wonder who it was that mentioned you. Oh god. Fuck, the last time I talked about you was, I'd say a couple months ago. Again, it was like, it's multiple people. There we go, got him. Fuck! I got myself. Is he gonna go for it? Oh. I got myself. Oh, shit. Got him. I tried to use that invincibility to my advantage, but it didn't work. Still fuck him up though. It's golden boy. Fuck. Got him. The invincibility vest is probably the best thing you can get. Oh, shit. It's when you run out on the timer, though. That's the fucked bit. I took the chance. I fucked it. I fucked it, boys. 5, 2, 3, 3. Alright. Sorry, I'm like concentrating like hell hard now. Okay, at least it doesn't make me do all of them again. It's gonna make me do Golden Boy now. Thank fuck. I squandered that a little bit too much. Killed himself. Six, one. Pure chance that was. pure chance. Sometimes Bomberman is just a game of chance. Hey, Wolfie, thank you for the Prime sub. 2-month streak. Thank you so much, dude. Just taking a bit of time to stream and have a chill session. Thank you for stopping by and giving me that sweet Prime sub. Thank you, my dude. It means a lot. Just playing some Bomberman tonight. Chill Bomberman. Chill Bomberman. I think we're up to Final World. World 6. I am playing the Super Nintendo version. I just got up to World 6. I've had a couple game overs so far, so as you can tell by my score. Nice, nice, nice. Get the end when we play casual. Exactly. And that's why I like Bomberman. I know it's about that high score, but when I'm playing casually, especially like playing it on stream, my goal is just to have fun with it. Like, I've been wanting to like play Bomberman on stream for a while, so this is kind of like sort of my way of just sort of chilling out and playing this one. So I'm glad you could be here, dude. Thank you so much for the write-ups that you've been doing lately, by the way. Thank you so much. I am actually. I haven't seen any information on it, though. I've got Super Bomberman R for the Switch, but I've got the Japanese version. I was thinking of trading it in to get a copy of Super Bomberman R for the PlayStation 4 because Ratchet and Clank's in it as a DLC character, and I was thinking about getting that. I know you can't play it online, but is there a story mode in Super Bomberman R? I don't think there is. But I got the Japanese version. There is a story? Okay. Because I remember, there's like, so there's a bunch of DLC characters in Super Bomberman R. Is there only exclusive characters for PS4? Am I incorrect in saying that Ratchet and Clank are the only exclusive? And then the rest of them were like Simon Belmont and all that. Exclusive for each platform. So who's exclusive for each platform then? Master Chief Xbox. Okay. I know Ratchet and Clank was PlayStation. Who was Nintendo? But yeah, I got the Japanese version, and I was thinking of getting the English version because I don't have it. And I really like Bomberman, so Bomberman's just real cash. So. Sweet. Octopus Bomber. Who's Octopus Bomber? Cause yeah, I bought the Japanese version when I went to Japan. Do I need to have it in English? Cause I've got the one on the Switch. Oh, okay. So when you say Max Bomber, because I know Max Bomber, but Octopus Bomber, is he only exclusive? You do need English for the language maybe, but honestly the game is really cheap now. Is Octopus Bomber only for the Japanese version, or is that exclusive on both? And you can get them for free, right? Like, it's not like I have to pay for the characters, right? I don't know why I did that. I paused. All DLC characters are free but require... Okay. So you can still get Belmont and stuff then? On my PC to run on a hacked unit if it... Oh, okay. Nice. I assume you prefer the Switch version over PlayStation then, because you prefer the Japanese characters then. Super Bomberman on a Nintendo system. Yeah, that's understandable. Must be weird to play Ratchet and Clank on it though. Since it was a time exclusive on the Switch. Ah, okay. You can play 8 players on Switch with just 4 sets. Personally, I'd keep the Switch version and buy a secondary. Do you mean like buy a secondary as in like buy like the PlayStation version just for Ratchet and Clank? Or do you think I should be able to keep the original Japanese version? I bought it because it was really cheap at the time when I was in Japan. And like there was a weird period where Bomberman was so expensive to get here. I think it cost me like 20 bucks to get it in Japan. But it was like... I don't remember. I think it was like... It was like $90 to get it here. Now it's like ultra cheap. See what language options there are. Okay, got it. Let's get out. There he goes, the boy. Down the plug hole. 6'5". I hate those dudes with a passion, man. Super Bomberman R. Alright, I'll have to have a look. Maybe it is in English on my copy then. Yeah, that's what I was aiming for, was to just use the sacrifice. Okay. Keep hitting the bomb button during a flame, and you can keep a chain going during invincibility. Useful against enemies that take multiple... Oh, see, I didn't even know that. I'm playing an old school Bomberman. I'm not using... Was it the Bomber Strat? That's sick, though. I didn't even think of that. Okay, nice. Yeah, I love Saturn Bomberman. Saturn Bomberman's so expensive now. Holy shit. That game got expensive real fucking quick. It's like a $500 game now. I bought that when it was like $40 in a secondhand store. It is so expensive to get that game now. Fuck. Oh, this game's got some serious jams, yeah. Fuck. I get too eager with the fucking thing, and I just lay. I lay like a chicken. With remote bomb, I just... I fuck it up every time. One of my favorite Bombermans I used to play was Bomberman Hardball for the PlayStation. PlayStation 2, I loved it because it had baseball, it had golf. It had like everything that you needed for just like Bomberman Party. And then I've been collecting Bomberman games for the past few decades now because I want to like play them all. I just love Bomberman. Yeah, so it's like you can have your own pet Bomberman. So it's called Bomberman Hardball. It's for the PlayStation 2. There's a pet mode, a dress-up mode, baseball, golf, custom map design. Yeah, you can dress up all your Bombermen. You can have your own custom thing. There's different modes. Like one of them is like King of the Hill. Probably one of honestly, my favorite Bomberman games to ever be made. Like, it's It was so fun because I got so much enjoyment out of Bomberman Hardball. I played it endlessly with friends. That game is so good. I've still got it. The baseball's good in it. What else is in it? Baseball, golf. There might be another sport in there. I'm trying to remember if there is. It was cheap. I do enjoy Saturn Bomberman. Funny story, the game has 2 different opening tiles depending on the version. Does it really? This one might be a tough one to do. Depending on the coin bros. Got it. Six, 8. Evil Industrial Zone. Oh, okay. Hey, Pear. Am I meant to be hitting it from the front? Your remotes if you can. Am I meant to be hitting him from the front? I think I'm meant to be hitting him from the front. Yeah, there we go. Did it? So I can record loud scenes of friends holding. Oh, Bible study. I've been back for 24 hours and I've already accomplished something. Finished fixing a big finished from Monster Hunter Rise. Oh, nice. Nice. Bomberman with bosses is pretty cool. It is, yeah. Ah, damn. 7, 6, 3, 2. Fuck, I have to start at 6, 7. Okay, what's the trick with that boss then? Like, what am I missing with that final boss then, with them in the little go-kart? Bottom Lord, Jesus. Oh no, I'm gonna kill that life. Didn't even mean to. You might be going to the wrong church. I think she might be going to the right church, my dude. Yes, legacy. Oh fuck! Oh shit! It is not a Wednesday, my dudes. I like biffed it really good with that fucking final boss though, because I had remote bombs. So that final boss was easy once the door opened. Okay. And biff. You have to blow up the skulls and then pick up a glove and throw bombs at them. Okay, alright. Okay. As a kid, I never had the endurance to get this far. Fuck. Fuck. Sorry, hit start. Okay. Hang on, my cat's climbing on me. No, sit down over there. Where's the glove? I got a life. Okay. You'll spawn randomly. Okay. I didn't know what I picked up then, so I had to test it. I got the punching glove. Nah, that was it. Was that the glove? That's what I need? Yeah, I fucked it. I biffed it so hard. I apologize. That was bad on my part. Do the skulls give you random weird effects? Don't they give you random weird effects? So should I be collecting them or should I be risking it or not? Or should I just wait? Yeah, so they shouldn't. Because the later Bomberman, I'm used to the skull giving you an instant death. That's what I'm used to. Okay. I now have the fist. I fucked it already. Sorry. There's just so much going on. Okay. There's so many of those blocks. I guess if you're held decked out and powered up, it doesn't really matter. How tedious, though, if you don't have any power-ups, though. Like, if you've got no power-ups, this is boring as fuck. At least I've cleared the board for the most part. They extend the challenge of the game back in the day. Yeah, I guess so. Fuck! I had it. I threw one and then I... Fucker, man. There's no way I'm going to do it on this round. Flame power up does work against me. Oh, I know 100%. Like... Yeah, like, powering up is like... There is always an advantage and disadvantage of powering up in Bomberman. You know, sometimes it's best to keep your bombs short. Sorry, chat. On 635. Don't mean to be frustrating. I've got it now though, so. I threw it away. I threw it away! Fuck, man. I had the remote bomb and I threw it away. Oh, it's frustrating as fuck. Okay. Oh. Shit. That's annoying as shit, man. I've lost so many lives on this already. Shit. No, I know I don't have to be sorry. It's more of like, the last thing I want you guys to do is watch somebody that's shit at games play games. Do you know what I mean? It's probably really frustrating, like, you know, like seeing stuff like that happen. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Just kill me, bro. I wasted like so many lives on that. Shit. No, I do too. I just worry that I don't ever want to be like... I just never want to be that guy that like really frustrates you guys. You know what I mean? I always worry that I'm too shit sometimes. Do you know what I mean? 6-8. Okay. So wait for Spider-Man to move in place. Oh god, I suck! Alright. No, I know. I had a feeling it was, yeah. I see what they're trying to do though, because it's to do with depth, like. So would you say 5 times I have to hit this guy? Okay, extra life, got it. I take it back, I'm being too hard on myself. Bomberman's just a hard game. I didn't mean to do that one. You gotta punch the guy 5 times, okay. Shit. Is this the final boss as well? Is this the final? This is the final boss. Okay, so there is... My final favorite Bomberman was here, a reason why you can jump. Yeah. You know what? I'm not getting the flame. The flame is just gonna barrage me in a way that I don't want. Kid, this took you hours to beat. I've got no doubt. I can feel the childhood rage seeping. I only got this when I was a teenager, this game, so... I did it. Oh, fuck. Thank you. That was my first time beating Super Bomberman 1. Yo, I don't know if we can watch this terrorist act that's about to happen. In the first to 5. Oh my god. Holy shit. Bomberman. Super Bomberman 1. The only Bomberman I don't have on the Super Nintendo is 4, I think. I've got 2 and 3. That was really fun, though. For a casual, chill game, that was really fun. I have an official Hudson multi-tap. I wanted to get that. It's very expensive. I've got 5. I'm pretty sure I have 5. Yeah, I do. I think the only one I'm missing is 4. I've got 5, but it's the Japanese version of 5. I've got 1, 2, 3, and 5. And then I've got the special marble one, which we'll be playing as well at some point too. About the value of friendship, the importance of community, and the fact that all conflicts can be resolved by finding the right person blowing up their house. So true. Super Bomberman 5 Japanese. Yeah, I've got it. So, a friend of mine gave it to me as a gift in a box. I just don't have 4. I just don't have 4. But I've got that, the Bandon one. The Bandon marble one. What is it called? Super Badum? Super Bandum? It's Bomberman, but with marbles. I know that sounds weird, but there's a Japanese one. It's Super Bomberman. With marbles. Yeah, that's it. Super B dam 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 bam bam. This is the era, wasn't it? You wanted to get off the end screen, you had to reset your console. That was some bullshit back in the day. And then there's Super Scrat-a-tat-oo-rat-tat. That's one of my favorite ones. I don't know if any of you guys have ever played it. Developers were Korn, actually. Scrat-a-tat-oo-rat. Well, the ending is for a long time. It's so true. Yes, skibbity-bop-boop-ba-da-bop. So, chat, before I end, I also have an end screen that you guys might want to see before, like, I end the stream. But I just want to say, because now that with my stream layout, I've got this whole new layout, and I'm glad you guys got to see it. I will fix that audio curse in the upcoming stream, so I apologize for that, and I'll have a look. But I just want to first of all say, before I actually end the stream, on my new end bumper that I've made, I just want to say thank you, peeps, so much for coming out and hanging out with me and playing Super Bomberman. And if you missed any of this, the VOD will be up on the Shady archives, the Shady Stream archive channel. As always, I am your boy Shades. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and you will see me again on Sunday. Sunday, we're going to be playing some cool shit, so hope to see you Sunday. It's going to be some really cool time, and thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, peeps, I love you peeps so much, and you mean the world to me, and thank you so much for letting me be Shades in Shady Corner. It is an amazing job, and I could not ask for anything better. Anyway, peeps, have a good night. Goodbye.